Of the many Gothic elements in Frances Hodgson Burnett's The Secret Garden, one that stands high above the rest like a great stone tower is the character of Lord Archibald Craven. Lord Craven, we'll call him Archie, is the uncle of the novel's main protagonist, Mary Lennox, becoming her guardian after she is left orphaned. When Mary comes to live at Misselthwaite, Archie's country manor, she finds it to be little more than a giant crypt. It's dreary, it's derelict, and Mary often hears what sounds like a child's cries echoing through the hallways. As for Lord Archie himself, he is little more than a phantom and spends a great deal of time away from home. What the reader and Mary come to learn is that 10 years prior, Archie lost his wife after a tragic accident that occurred in her favorite garden. Completely undone by the loss, Archie had the garden locked up forever and now lives in self-imposed isolation. He now lives only to escape the past and avoids anything or anyone that serves to remind him of it. Which brings us to the character of Colin. One night, Mary once again hears what sounds like crying and goes to investigate. To her astonishment, she finds a young boy in a hidden room who she has never seen, nor heard anyone in the household ever speak of. The boy introduces himself as Colin Craven, the son of Archie. As it turns out, before Lord Archie's wife passed away, she gave birth to a boy who she named Colin. He was born sickly and weak, with not many believing he would survive. Unable to cope with the idea of losing his newborn son so soon after his beloved wife, Archie turned over all care and responsibility of Colin to the household staff. Now, a decade later, Colin, while still alive, is essentially bedridden and has never learned to walk. He's perpetually waited upon by the servants who follow his every whim, not just due to his delicate health, but because Colin is spoiled, demanding, and prone to violent fits of hysteria that send the entire household into chaos in its attempts to calm him. Archie, still completely crippled by his grief, is relatively absent from Colin's microscopic life, opting only to visit him while he sleeps. So it's probably not difficult to understand why Archie and his relationship to Colin is, to me, the most Gothic element of the story. As far as the moral spectrum goes, Archie is about as gray as it gets. On one hand, he is a tragic and sympathetic character who was dealt a horrible blow. He's depicted as a gentle and decent man, having offered to take in Mary, but he has also utterly failed as a parental figure to both children, neglecting his son since birth and offering no guidance nor any attempt to bond with him or Mary. We are definitely living in the days before family therapy. But the beauty of this story lies in its exploration of healing and redemption. Mary's coldness is gradually melted away by her tending the very garden that Archie has abandoned. This in turn helps her to bond with Colin and allows him to gain humility and physical strength. And the story ultimately concludes with Archie finally forcing himself to see the garden and his son not as remnants of his grief to be shut away and forgotten about, but as reminders that life does continue after loss and can thrive if given the chance, which ushers in a new and hopeful chapter that gives our three characters their hard-won happily ever after.